Hi guys. Before I get started of playing Fnaf TD with this type of loadout, I just want to say two of these towers I'm not counting as one of the worst towers in the game. The only towers I count of one of the worst towers in the game is number 1 Janitor, number 2 Tundra, and number 3 being Bowler. Now, I do want to say the only reason I got Para and Price Corner here, obviously so I can farm, right? Because it won't be possible if I couldn't farm, right? And Para because Bowler can't see hidden. Same with Janitor. They both can't see hidden by themselves. Which is why I'm going to be using Para for that. Tundra already sees hidden. But Tundra is not the best tower to be using. There's a lot of reasons why. Number 1, Tundra, she's very expensive. And number 2 is the fact that there's so many towers in the game that can do a better job at her as support, literally just by, like, you know, slowing down enemies. Flash Eye Guard, for example, is a pretty good tower for slowing down enemies. Winnovator is extremely good because he stuns enemies and does tons of damage. I basically look at Winnovator as a shorter range, more melee, better version of Tundra. And the reason why Tundra sucks is because of the fact that, one, it takes Tundra super long to freeze an enemy. And the second is the fact that she only does a lot of like damage or DPS if it's a frozen enemy. So if it's a frozen enemy, she can do around 475 DPS. Only bad thing is that the frozen timer lasts about around 5 to 7 seconds, and that's not that long when she's trying to do her one job, which is literally freezing enemies, being a good support. But tragically, one, it takes her very long to freeze an enemy, and even when she freezes an enemy, and just say if she's shooting at it, sometimes when enemies get by her, she seems to shoot at the other enemies that are not frozen. And that's a problem because how is she supposed to do her more damage if she's not focusing on frozen enemies when she freezes them? Hopefully in the future she does get a buff to that fix, so that way she can be more usable and more overall a better tower. Now, I love this tower. Like, here's the thing. I love the design of this tower, especially the Black Eyes version, like how the tower looks. No hate for how the design looks. It's just how the tower functions is the reason why I don't like Tundra. Now, Janitor, I'm pretty sure for y'all who know or don't know, mostly you know, Janitor sucks. Janitor is probably one of the worst towers in the game, if not the worst tower in the game, because Janitor does the lowest DPS for how expensive he is. For his total DPS max level is 12.9, and everything else is pretty low and not very worth getting. Maybe if he got a DPS buff, like maybe if he did more damage, he did more things, maybe his cost efficiency would be better if he just did more damage and overall just more other stuff. That's what Janitor kind of acts on. He's like too expensive for how little damage he does. Now, I would say the only reason why he may seem good is he can hit multiple targets when he throws his puddle down. So multiple enemies step on the puddle, the more enemies take damage, blah blah blah. But he doesn't do overall good damage compared to so many other towers that are literally for like even early game or what. Janitor, yeah, he's okay, I guess, for starting, but like there's literally so many better towers. I would say Night Guard. Yes, Night Guard, the first tower you get in the game would be better because, one, cheaper upgrades. Another thing is that Night Guard, when you place it down, can actually do DPS. Like, Night Guard does 15 DPS less level, and overall more way lower costs. Way lower costs. Just saying. And that's a starting tower. That's like the first tower you get basically in the game. Now, Bowler's problem. Yeah, he has good damage. He has good range. He has good group up potential. Like, he has really good group ups. But the problem with Bowler is that, one, super way too expensive for his own good, by the way, and he's too slow. especially when you first place him down, 6 seconds for him doing 5 damage with his splash damage and 5 damage with his normal damage is too weak for a $800 unit to be placed down. Literally, he has no potential of being good if his placement is $800 for for how little damage he does every couple seconds. Now, what I can see how Boar can be good. 1, make his placement be like $300 if you're gonna keep his fire rate like 6 seconds with the 5 damage and all his range all the same. Or you can keep it at 800 but buff his fire rate, which making it lower for each level. So instead of 6 seconds, they can make it 4 seconds, right? And then last level can basically be 3 or 2.5 seconds. I would say 2.5 being the lowest of fire rate for his last level. If you want to keep his placement, I still think his last 2 upgrades should be way cheaper, in my opinion. He literally gets outclassed by like every other damage tower. Pizza Chef, literally $4,000. Yes, it's 4,000, but it makes up for it being $4,000 because it does 50 damage. Literally every like every like 2 seconds, it basically does 50 damage, and it has good range. So Pizza Chef does his job. Manager, $2,000. Literally does insane DPS for $2,000 and has decent range to start with. Survivor, $700. Still does way better starting than Bowler, by the way. Literally, I don't know, Arcade Attendant, that's 1,200. Arcade Attendant is not the, best tower, but it's decent, it's decent. Still makes up for how much it costs, Winnovator does like 8 damage, but he also has, he's a melee type, so he actually does like, I think it's like every 2 seconds he attacks and it does like 8 damage. That's better than, every 6 seconds you do 5 damage. There's that. So literally every tower. Fizzy Fazzer, who has 1 target, who is $450 to place down. Honestly, they should make Fizzy Fazzer's placement cheaper. They should make it like $300. But anywho, yeah, Bowler is not good. Widget Wasco, a bomb type tower who takes a couple seconds for his bomb to go off if it's not getting shot at. Literally can have better starter. Every tower in the game has legit the best, better starting than Bowler. I get he's a late game tower, right? But here's the problem. If he's $800 to place down, he should be worth $800 to place down. Any cost in this game, Cashier's worth the place down. Night Guard's worth the place down. Quan Child is super good, by the way. Quan Child does like 300 so DPS, by the way, at max level. I think Quan Child's better than Manager, in my opinion, because it's more of a boss killer type. Manager's more good at like multiple enemies and really fast enemies, I'd say. Quan Child's more for like boss killing, like boss fast enemies, stuff like that. But anywho, I just thought I wanted to explain of how I feel before I start using this loadout in Nightmare mode. Now, anyways, I'm gonna shut up and I'm gonna be quiet for the rest of this video. To show you me winning with this specific loadout, no matter how bad my loadout is. Like, literally, the only good tower I have is legit Paranormal and Prize Corner. Janitor's bad. Tandra's terrible. I'm sorry, let me reset. Tundra is better than Janitor. So, Tundra bad. Bowler kinda bad. And Janitor being the worst tower in the game, in my opinion. And I'm gonna stick on to that. I still think Janitor, out of all the towers in the game, needs a massive rework. The only thing Bowler needs, like I said before, the only thing Bowler needs is literally him to be faster or just to be cheaper. In general. Maybe both. Maybe just both. But that's about it. That's all Bowler really needs. Anyway,
Nice.
I'm gonna be using all this to win nightmare mode. So I'll
Let's
be like that.
go. Some bad breed, the worst people in the game. Yeah, Bowler, Tundra, and Price Corner. Uh, to who? Right. 6,400 and then 8. And then 18,000. Oh, what the heck? I was like, why the heck do you just have a pole on? The Tibbets reply? Oh, Mule's very confuzzled. Wait, can they like hear what I'm saying? Oh, because I was about to say like if you just someone just watches your YouTube and just hears you talking to yourself. Yeah. 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 Hey, you're. Why are you letting everybody go through? Wow, wowzers! Thanks. I'm extraordinarily, really good at the game. You don't understand, man. Wowzers! What do you mean I'm not good at the game? I know how to use the game. Like, you just have to place down the towers, make sure you get it correctly, great timing, everything, and dude. Put them on it, Leah. Yes, you use Price Corner to buff your towers, and Phone Guy to get you money, and then Party Planner throws plushies that help you. Oh. Oh. So what about Phone Guy? Wait, I just thought of a great idea. Yeah, it's the best. One of the best. Great. Which tower needs a buff really badly? Okay, without Canada. Wait, you got Black Eye Thunder? Oh, yes, you do. The nine. I knew something. I knew it looked somewhat dark. Man, stop. Right here. Pass it. Pass the twig. Pass the twig. You already finished? God. Jane's on the roof. He needs help. So you rather care about the game than saving a child's life? What if it was your child? What if you helped them up there? They always do. What's that? Running water? Where's the water coming from? Janelle! Mira, Haha, you're right. Yeah, it's monkey over there. Yeah, we not. Okay. Do you remember what I accidentally called the DJ? Yeah. That's why he's my favorite tower in your whole game, and I want to voice it. I'm not. I don't say anything weird. When have I ever said anything weird? Uh, do you have any evidence? Ah, I'm younger than you. I'm 10 years old, as you heard many times. All right, Jaden. Clarify.
Yeah, he's 10 years old.
I'll show you my birth certificate if I need to. Oh, I hit puberty very. Huh? Bro, you owe me $16.
Alrighty, toodaloo. If you win, I'll give you something. Alrighty. If you lose, you have to give me a prize corner. Again, when trading comes back. Nico. I mean Nico. Okay, deal's a deal.
And we're recording a video. Are you using the two powers that you don't like? Are you using three powers that you don't like the video? No. It's just so simple. Anyways. Yeah. Yeah, like how they clear level 1. That's like bad. Bad. And Janitor was sure to be there. He ain't even doing anything. I gotta go AFK. That's it. Eat.
Okay, so I also died because how badly Fnaf TD is lagging today. So, I probably could have beat Nightmare if it wasn't this laggy. As you see, I couldn't even place stuff down, basically. And it was just, like, lagging all over the place. So, yeah, I'm not doing this again, ever again. In fact, all these free towers need buff ASAP, please. I'm not telling you again. I beg you, Fnaf TD, please watch this video. Just watch it. Please tell me you guys are gonna buff these towers. They need buff right away. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I really need these towers buff, bro. These free towers, you see Bowler here needs buff, Tundra needs buff. I didn't even use Tundra. That tells you Tundra sucks. If I'm not using Tundra, that Tundra sucks, bro. Tundra needs battery buff. Tundra's way too expensive. Like, Tundra has so many bad things. Tundra's super expensive. Tundra's freeze timer doesn't last that long. It takes Tundra 5,000 years to freeze one enemy at a time. And then, on top of that, Tundra only does good damage to a frozen enemy. How is she supposed to attack and do damage if she can't even, like, freeze the enemy that fast? She should instantly freeze the enemy. And more of the upgrades, she could freeze more of the, you know, more tankier enemies and stuff like that. I feel like in plushie mode, she should be able to freeze every enemy in place and then shoot at them to do more damage. Not freeze one enemy at a time. It should be instant. Instant freeze. It's a freezing tower. That's the point of it. So, please buff these towers. I'm not telling you again. Janitor costs $600 and he doesn't do much. You've seen how much I yeek by using starting as janitor. He's not that good. Please buff these towers. Thank you. Have a nice day on the flip side.